3, 2. Oh, we did it, guys.
Yo, Adrian, I did it!
What up, gangsters? It's your boy Wes with Happy Stonks, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun, almost doing a little bit of gambling with some binary options. Now, if you aren't familiar with binary options, they're pretty similar to standard options. You start by purchasing some sort of an underlying. So as you can see here on this platform that we're using, which is called Pocket Option, you can be trading currency pairs here. You've got cryptocurrency, commodities, silver, gold, crude oil, as well as a bunch of OTC stocks. So binary options are very similar, as I mentioned, to regular options, but with a slight difference. As with standard, options contracts, you choose an underlying. In this case, let's say we're trading a regular stock. You choose a strike price, that is, at what price you're ultimately stating that you think that the stock is going to go above or below. If you think that the stock is going to move upwards and be above your strike price, that's called a call. And if you think that the stock or whatever underlying you choose is going to go below that strike price, it's referred to as a put. Now, in a standard options contract, typically your expirations are, farther out, 30 days, 45 days. I mean, it all depends on your strategy. They could be, maybe you have a strategy that buys, same day expiring options. That's personally not what I do, but unlike a standard option, in this case, the expiration dates are extremely small. And you can see here that we're actually going to be trading on an expiration period of only 3 minutes. So again, tying this back to what we were just stating, if this is my strike price, in 3 minutes, I'm basically guessing whether or not, based on technical analysis, in this case, it's just for fun, so pure intuition, whether I think that stock's going to go up or down. If it goes up, I'll be paid out for it. If it goes down, you lose all of the investment. Now, that's kind of what's different, comparable to standard stock options, because in a standard option, day over day, as the underlying goes up or down, your contract is worth more or less money, and at any time you can, pull out and accept your, profits or your losses to minimize the potential losses, I should say. In this case, with the binary option, it's all or nothing. If you're into sports betting, you're doing the over or under bet right here. You're either saying that's going to be above or below. You're going to lose it all for a potential gain. Now, what sort of gains can you actually realize here doing binary options? I'll show you that right now. You can see that when I kind of click on this area of the chart, when you can see all the different underlyings that I can trade, there's a percentage next to each one of these. And that's the percentage gain that you will be able to take advantage of if you choose the correct direction. Now, here on this graph that I've got open, I've got it presently set at, it looks like it's 1 minute time frame. So each candle here on this chart represents 1 minute of movement. So right now we're in the middle of this minute, which is actually going to end here, as you can see, in 5 seconds. So once that minute is over, we're now going to jump to the next candle. That'll go for a minute. It'll jump to the next candle, etc. I've also got a couple of indicators here. We've got our Keltner Channels set up. I've got my standard moving average. I've got my Stochastic Oscillator, an RSI indicator, and a MACD. If you're unfamiliar with these, I'd be more than happy to make a tutorial video or instructional video kind of explaining what they are and how to use them to strategize and so forth. I'm really, this is just going to be for fun right now. As with any investment or activity related to finance, never put in more than you're willing to completely lose, because even with all these indicators, even if everything lines up perfect, we could see a break in the opposite direction. They're just unpredictable in some cases when it comes to that sense. So let's go ahead. I'm going to refresh this. One of the downsides with this particular platform is that in order to deposit, you actually have to use cryptocurrency. If you're not super comfortable with cryptocurrency or not really familiar with it, that might be a little bit of a turnoff. I personally do cryptocurrency investments, quite frequently. So, sending money in Bitcoin in this case is how I deposited it, is not much of a concern. But with all that being said, we're starting right here with this balance of 120. Now, we're purely going to have some fun. We're almost, in a sense, gambling. You know, we'll do some very light technical analysis, but nothing super serious. But given that, based on the way that this is set up, if we were to trade any of these OTC stocks, there would be potential gains of 80% if we can accurately predict the direction of the movement. Now, this could be over after trade one. I'll tell you why. But it really got me thinking. So if on the very first trade here, whoa, that is a big marker. Holy crap. So on the first trade, represented by this little dot right here, if we go all in for 120, we can accurately predict the movement here. We're going to see a profit, and I wrote this down, so I am cheating. I'm not doing all this math in my head. We'd be seeing a profit of $96, which is going to bring our new grand total to $216. Continue that on. Start with that new profit. Do the exact same strategy. We are now going to see, so start with that $216. We would see, if we can accurately predict it twice in a row, a profit here of $172.80, which is going to be a total of $388.80. And this is where things get really interesting, guys, because this is really showing kind of that potential exponential growth. I'm going to move this down a bit so we don't get all confused here by this chart. But let's follow the same strategy for trade 3, all right? And I'm just going to continue this on with each of the trades here, kind of following the same method. So I don't need to walk you through every single one of these. But this one, we'd see 311.04 in gains, leaving us with an ending balance of $699.84. And then just one last time, let's call it trade number 4, starting with that entire balance, $699.84. We would see gains of $559.872. And that would equal a total of $1259.71. Now, just the thought of this sounded super fun. Because 4 trades, that's it. 4 trades going all in with only this starting balance. We could walk away with $1,259.71. So let's go ahead and do it, guys. We're going to kind of see what we can do here. I'm going to take a look at a couple of these and see if any of them look even remotely enticing here. Let's see. American Express looks like I had a pretty big bull run. We are looking at the minute chart here. As I mentioned before, I am just out of curiosity going to move up to a little bit of a longer time frame. Is that potentially market open? There was a pretty big gap up. And then we've kind of been trending over the period of the day downwards. Overall, ultimately speaking, this potentially, especially when you look at it on that smaller time frame, you know, going back to like the 1 minute time frame as we were looking at, could be kind of what's referred to as a double top here. Not sure if it'll make its way all the way back down to this potential support level, or if it's going to continue with some consolidation in this area. So not feeling completely confident in this one overall as a choice. So let's take a look at a couple of other ones and see if any other ones look a little bit more enticing to us. Ooh, so Apple fell below this green line here is the SMA line. And it looks like Apple fell below this SMA line a bit. And you can see historically, and this is a very short time frame. If we were doing some real trading, I'd be analyzing multiple time frames and really getting a feel for this. But we're just having fun. But you can see that when it passes the SMA line, it typically has some upward movement. Falling below, we experience a little bit of downward movement. And, normally doing a trade, I would not be happy with such a short period of time, falling below the SMA before it bounces back up. But you have to keep in mind that these expiration time periods are only 3 minutes long. So we really, if I bought in at this SMA line break, boom, 1, 2, 3, we win. Bought up here, boom, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we would have caught it in one of these ranges as opposed to this bottom part of the, the wick of this candle, but likely a win. Likewise, boom, we broke it. 1, 2, 3 minutes, 1 again. So I feel relatively confident with the way that it interacts here. Now, it did just cross that SMA again upwards, so I'm curious to see how that reacts here in the short term. If it falls back below, I'm thinking that this might be a good one for us. And let's go ahead. We're going to prep it up. We're feeling good, guys. 4 trades is all we need. Let's plan this out. I'm waiting for a proper entry here. All right, guys, so we're back. I'm taking a look at things here. I'm going to try to draw a line. So I just drew a horizontal line. And what I wanted to kind of highlight is this potential support level. It looks like, and something that's important to know is a support level should never be looked at as a single price, but rather a range of movement. And this range of movement seems to be pretty consistent in terms of support and previously a resistance kind of across the board on this chart. So the fact that it seems to have reached that support level but then continued its upwards movement, makes me a little weary of buying a put here, for a continuation downward. There has been quite a bit of consolidation these last couple of minutes here. Let's do it. We're in, baby. So, boom, fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best, guys. This could go any way. As with any trade, again, you only trade what you're willing to lose. This was just a fun little experiment here, just to excite the idea of what I previously highlighted. So, this is where we're at right now. We'll see. All we need is 4 good trades to make it to our $1,200 profit. Well, I guess that would be $1,000 profit. So we'll see what we got here. So we're at 120, trade number 1. Kind of watch and monitor. Again, for those of you who are unfamiliar with options, I purchased, this is called the underlying, which is the Apple OTC. This is what I am trading, the Apple stock. The strike price, which is where we bought in at, and is the point at which we stated that in this case, by buying a put, which is right here, the red put, meaning we think it's going to go down. So our guess and what we're hoping for is for this particular underlying Apple to fall below this strike price at exactly, and be below here, anywhere below here, when this 3 minutes expiration time expires. And you can see right now that, I'll go ahead and highlight that again, the 3 minutes. We are at 1 minute and 25 seconds left. We still haven't fully broken this secondary, level of support here. I wouldn't say, again, looking at this as more of a range than a particular point in time. But if we can see that continued movement downward, we could, as they call it in options, will be in the money. That's what we're hoping for here. It's exhilarating. I can't lie. My heart is racing. We got 55 seconds left. Fingers crossed. Have no idea. These little doji candles make me a little nervous. I'm scared that this could be a sign of a potential reversal back upwards. Of course, I'm hoping for the best. I'm going to zoom in here just to make it even more exhilarating. This time here is just for the particular candle. This is not my expiration time frame, but we are nearing it a little bit. Looks like we're down to our, oh my gosh, that is a big marker. Let me make that a little bit smaller. So we're nearing it. This is our expiration. We've got 12 seconds left. We need this to be below this line in 7 seconds. Come on, baby. 3, 2, oh, we did it, guys. We did it. Honestly, I was not expecting that. Did you see last minute? It was so high, and it decided to make a drop. So, holy crap. That was exhilarating. Let's do this. So, we started at 120. We just made 96 profit off of that. So, that was trade number 1. We are now going to look for trade number 2. And we are going with the total value 216. So let's now analyze. Let's see where we're at, guys, what we can do here. For sake of time, which is never a good strategy for sake of time, but I may take a look at a couple of these other ones just to see if there are any other options that are available for us to take right now at this moment. All right, guys, so I'm monitoring this pretty closely. It did not seem to continue down, and this potentially would have been a good buying point, but we're not going to FOMO here. I'm not going to try to buy in. As you can see, we've made our way back towards the Keltner channels. I still see some potential for some upward movement, but we're going to make sure that we're buying here at a good time to take advantage of this. Our MACD has not crossed back up, indicating a potential upwards trend again. Looking at the RSI, we are a little bit towards the bottom, and our stochastic oscillator, we're also towards the bottom, potentially upwards trending. So what I'm going to look for is a good buying point. I'm going to see if it wants to, move its way back towards the bottom of this candle. If it does, I may buy in for a call, for a bullish movement upwards. Otherwise, if it decides this time, you can only knock on a door so many times before it decides to open. If it continues to bounce off this bottom level of support and decides to move past it, we could be looking at a potential put. All right, guys, so we're feeling pretty good. I think we're going to go ahead and do it. Boom, baby. Let's go. We could regret this completely. Again, we're gambling here. We're having fun. Let's take a look. So just to recap, we just went ahead and, oh my gosh. So we did this wrong because we didn't change the amount. So we still got 96 left. And let's go ahead. I guess this will give us a little bit of a safety net, but we're going to do the same thing. Oops. Oh my goodness. Too much. 96. Oh my gosh, my keyboard is not working right now. It's Bluetooth. Oh, we can't mess this up, guys. We can't mess this up. Oh, will it let me type it in? All right, 96. We're going to do the same thing. So now, due to that little mishap, we've got 2 going. These were risky, but we're fully in for the amount of 216. We've got our first strike right here at this level, and that one expires in 1 minute and 50 seconds. We've got our second one here at this level. Both of them are calls, so we're thinking it's going to go up above those, and that one seems to expire at 226. If we can pull this off, guys, this one is risky. If we can pull this one off, we will be looking at, it looks like 172.80 in profit, which is then going to show a total value of 388.80. I don't like that we just reached this additional support level here again. Hopefully it doesn't decide to continue breaking down below that, but we're just having fun here. We're gambling. We're seeing what we can do. Keeping an eye on things here. We've got number 1 expiring in 52 seconds. We're hoping for a bounce back up. It's looking a little nerve-wracking. I mean, we've got an entire... Ooh, that is not something you want to see. Is it going to continue? Is it going to continue, guys? Zooming out a bit. Ooh, yeah, things are not looking good. This was a risky investment. Oh, are we making a... Are we? We are not making a bounce back up again. There's no way. Is this happening? 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. All right, guys. So the first one did not work out in our favor. We do have a second option, actually due to an accidental mistake. So if this works in our favor, I'm going to just consider it meant to be. And we'll continue on with the game plan as normal and see how far we can take this. Our goal is to get ourselves double or nothing our way to $1,000. So I'm not leaving until we do it or till we broke. We've got 17 seconds left on that second trade that's left here. Again, this is our level we're hoping for, down to the last 8 seconds. Not looking too good. boom, guys, there you have it. That is how you lose $120 in a few minutes. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was an expensive one for us here today, but it was fun, a lot of fun, and I hope you were able to enjoy and learn a little bit about binary options. Not something that I would ever do with any sort of regularity. I personally don't feel very confident in binary options, as you can tell by this trend that we just experienced, but it was definitely something that was fun to try out. Seeing the potential gains was something that was exciting and definitely got my heart racing. But overall, really appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe. We're going to be doing tons of tutorials and trading videos on things that I'm much more familiar with: day trading, swing trading, options trading. If there's something that you would like for me to cover, please be sure to leave it in the comments. I would love to make a video on it for you. And other than that, see you next time. Thank you guys. Peace.